the heart and the brain are unbelievably tied together and linked. And we think of our heart as just pumping blood. And I have a daughter who's a cardiology nurse, and she said, no, Mom, the heart has its own brain. And I'm going, the heart has its own brain.
Fill me in.
Yeah, it has a nervous system. And I'm not a cardiologist, so I'm going to keep this really simple because I'm sure a cardiologist could really get into the heart better than me. But it has neurotransmitters, it sends information to the brain. The brain releases hormones based on that. So when we talk about our emotions, we usually point to our heart. When we love somebody, when we make expressions of love and gratitude, we tend to touch our chest. Well, that's the center of our emotional being, our soul. And yet it's just an organ that pumps blood, but it's not. It is amazingly intelligent. And so based on the communication it has with the brain, it sends these signals. And these signals then translate into chemicals being released, which is hormones. So if we're going through stress, cortisol is released, and that's a stress hormone. Some of these heart maths, some of these other programs, research, have tested the amount of cortisol in the horse's mouth when they're interacting with really nervous, frightened people.
Is it elevated?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. Now, what's interesting is HeartMath did a study where they took 8 individuals. They took 8 horses, totally separate. They hooked up a heart monitor to each individual, well, one at a time, but to the individual, and they hooked up a heart monitor to the horse. And when they had the person in a building and the horse in the arena, they each had separate, no relationship at all. They put the person in the arena in a chair with a horse just wandering around. Again, separate, no relationship. Then they caught the horse and they had the person take their hands, not touch the horse, but start to scan it close. Within 30 seconds, the human's rhythm, all 4 were pulled into the heart's rhythm, all 4. They corresponded. You now have heart coherence.
Holy cow.
There's a connect. The horse did that.